the subject of cost accounting, friends, we are talking about budgeting and budgetary control. And in this lecture on budgeting and budgetary control, I'll be talking of the functional budgets. What is functional budget? A functional budget is one which relates to a function of the business. Means there are different functions which the business performs, like sales, production, purchases, and so on and so forth, right? So for these purposes, we prepare budgets so that we know exactly, because as you are aware by now, that budget is a quantitative statement which is being prepared prior to a period of time for the policies and the objectives to be achieved during that period of time, right? So whatever the different functions of the budget, functions of the business, of those functional aspects, we prepare a quantitative statement so that we have a very clear picture in our mind. Like say for example, if I am talking of sales budget, sales department prepares the sales budget that during a coming period for which we are preparing the budget, what is expected sales which the sales department is expecting in terms of quantity and in terms of value, right? So that we know that what will be the amount of sales that we are expected to make, right? And how much quantity we will be able to sell. Similarly, when we are preparing the production budget, each company has to plan its production in advance, right? So while preparing the budget, every month, every quarter, means depending the time period, suppose I am preparing a yearly budget. So in each of the month, how much production will take place of the different product which the company produces, which the business produces, right? So, and if it is being valued in terms of cost, so it will become production cost budget. So in the production budget, we quantify it in terms of quantity and in terms of the cost, right? And so on. So we'll discuss each of these functional budget. In brief, I am just referring because by and large, as far as the practicals are concerned, as far as the practical examples are concerned, by and large, we focused on in our previous lectures, we focused on preparation of flexible budget, we focused on preparation of the cash budget. These functional budgets, by and mostly, I'll be talking in theoretical terms, right? So that how you prepare these budgets, and I'll give you a very brief idea about the practical aspects of preparing the different functional budget. So to start with, sales budget. I said most important budget to prepare. Why it is most important? Because if sales figures are incorrect, then practically all other budgets will be affected. Friends, there is a term called key factor in the business. That key factor is important because suppose in a business, production is the limitation. You have only a limited production capacity. There is a more demand of the product, but the production capacity, the period for which you are preparing the budget, in that period the production capacity is limited. So you will prepare your sales budget keeping in mind the production. Similarly, in this competitive world, sales is a big challenge. So each business has to estimate its sales figure or the sales which the company, with the business will able to make, and on the basis of that sales, it will prepare the other budgets. Like if I am saying that I will able to make sales of 1 lakh units in a particular year, right? So I'll prepare my production budget according to the sales. I'll prepare my other expenditure budgets as per the sales, because my sales and the production will decide how much cost will be incurred on the production of 1 lakh units and how much cost will be incurred on the selling of the 1 lakh units. So sales budget is a very important budget because many of the other budgets depends on the sales which will be making. And it is important, but it is difficult to prepare. Why it is difficult to prepare? Because there are many factors which affect sales. Which affect sales, there are internal factors, there are external factors, right? Internal factor means there are controllable factors, there are uncontrollable factors, right? So various factors affects your sales. So consumer demands is very difficult to estimate. So if the consumer demand is difficult to estimate, it means your sales. You never know when the taste and preferences of the people will change, when the certain exigencies takes place because of which the environment becomes so volatile that it is difficult to become sales. There are various factors which affect sales. So it is, what I am saying is that it is difficult to estimate the sales. But difficult doesn't mean we don't prepare it. We have to prepare it. Means you have to work extra efforts. You have to make extra efforts to estimate these sales budget, right? It is a statement of planned sales in terms of quantity and value. I have already told. If it forecasts what the company can reasonably expect to sell to its customer during the budget period. So budget period is always prepared for a period of time. So for that period, how much sales you are expecting, that you are prepare, right? So now while preparing the sales budget, what factors you consider while forecasting sales? We say past is always a indicator of the future, because past will tell you the trend. So analysis of the past sales will determine the trends, right? So this is one thing. Other factor is market reports by salesmen of the company's product, right? So there are certain salesmen, area managers, sales managers, which are there in the market, which remains there in the market on behalf of the company, right? So they keep on sending the reports to the company that in the coming period, what is the expected sales, what are the changes that are taking place in the market forces, what are the changes that are taking place in the environment, and because of that changes, how much sales they are expecting during the coming periods for which the budget is being prepared, right? So budget is to be prepared. So the reports on the base of salesmen and the company's salesmen, you prepare the sales budget. Any changes in a company's policies and methods and their effect on sales. While preparing the sales budget, you should also keep in mind if there is any change in the company policy. Like for example, if you are selling goods on 2 months credit basis, and if the company decided that in future that we will make, instead of 2 months sales credit, we will give this credit of 3 months. So certainly it is going to affect your sales, or most probably it is going to affect your sales. Your sales is expected to go up by change in the company policy, or your company policy changes that it will give larger discount to the distributor, to the salesman, to the other people involved in the sales. That is also expected to increase the sales. So means whatever the changes that you are expecting that the company policy may change, or not may change, change in the company policy will affect the sales, that you also consider. Changes in the economic conditions. Economic conditions means, suppose every business, every industry, every economy moves in a cyclical manner. You are estimating that in the coming period, the income of the people is going to increase, the GDP is going to increase, the per capita income is going to increase next year, and it is increasing at a X rate, right? So you incorporate that increase in the income, and what is the correlation between increase in the GDP and the per capita income and that of your sales of your product. So if the economic conditions changes, then you incorporate those changes in the economic conditions while preparing your sales budget. Market research to measure potential demand for company's product. These days there are various scientific market researches that are being conducted to measure the company's product sale, right? So companies do resort to these methods for forecasting the sales, right? So this way you forecast your sales for the coming period. I've taken a very raw example, very brief example, right? So how you prepare this, just an example. So example of a sales budget. ABC Company Limited sales budget for the year ending 31st December 2021, right? So I'm saying I'm preparing the budget for the year 2021, year ending, means the whole year from January 1st, I'm presuming it is a calendar month, for the month of January 21 to 31st December. So different product that the company sells or company is estimated to sell. So product A, B, C, D, whatever the sales you are making, here I have taken only 2 products, A and B. So what will be the budgeted price of each of the product? I am presuming for A it is 80 rupees, for B it is 120 rupees, right? So how many budgeted units you are expected to sell? For A it is estimated 70,000, for B it is 80,000, right? And budgeted price into budgeted units, that gives you the total sale figure. So 80 into 70,000, that comes to be 56 lakh. 80,000 multiplied by 120, that gives you 96 lakh. So the total is 1 crore 52 lakh, right? So this is basically your budgeted sales. It is broadly, you can divide it in on monthly basis also, because since it is a yearly data, I have shown for the whole year. So you can further segregate how many units you will be selling in the month of January to December. So this 70,000 can be divided on the monthly basis also. Similarly for product B also, and the price also. Price can also vary during the period of time. So month wise, period wise, week wise, whatever the time period you take. Suppose I am presuming for the whole, I am calculating I am preparing the budget for the whole year, right? So this whole year can be further divided as per our convenience or as per our requirement. This I am saying. After talking of sales budget, now let me briefly talk about production budget, right? Because production budget is also very important budget, very important functional budget that we prepare in the business, right? So it is an estimate of production for the budgeted period, right? So we prepare the production budget for a particular period of time. So it is first drawn up in terms of quantities of each of the product. Suppose like in the sales budget, I talked say A product and B product. So similarly, the product which the company is estimated to sell, right, of the same product, we prepare the production budget. So whatever the products that the company produces, of these products we prepare the production budget. So it is first drawn up in terms of quantities. Quantities means how many units the company will be producing for each of the period, right? So if I am preparing a yearly budget, it can be further segregated on a month basis, on a fortnightly basis, on a weekly basis, depending on our requirement, right? So in terms of quantities of each product, and when the remaining budgets have been prepared and cost of production calculated, first you find out how many units you will be producing during that period of time. Then on the basis of other cost budgets, you multiply those things, the cost multiplied by the units, you get production cost budget, right? So when the remaining budgets have been prepared and cost of production calculated, then the quantities of production cost are translated into money terms, what in effect becomes a production cost budget, right? So it means you may say production budget, you may say production cost budget in the production quantity budget, right? So first you calculate in terms of quantity, and then on the basis of other budgets which reveals about the cost involved in material, labor, overheads, whatever the different heads of costs are for producing the goods and services, right? So that is being transferred, that is being multiplied with the quantity, that gives you production cost budget, right? So production budget is being prepared in terms of quantity of the goods that is to be produced multiplied by the cost, so that will give you production cost budget. So while preparing the production budget, we keep in mind broadly these things, right? Sales budget, because unless there is a sales, there is no point in keep on producing, right? So when you prepare production budget, you have to make a coordination with the sales department, that how many units they are estimated to sell for a period of time, right? And in each of the period, like all of us know that in festivals in India, which is the month of, let's say for example, September, October, November, sales of most of the consumer goods, most of the goods is high in a country like India, right? So while you prepare the sales budget, while you prepare the production budget during those months, and if you do not have the capacity to keep a very high level of inventory, then you will have to produce more during those months, even by using extra working hours by the workers, by extra overtime, giving overtime to workers and using the machine for instead of 2 shifts which you have been doing for 3 months, 3 shifts, whatever the method you decide. But you prepare the production budget keeping in mind the sales figure during the period of time, right? The other consideration is inventory policy, right? Each company has its own inventory policy. Some companies do not want to keep larger inventory. Some companies keep a large stock in godowns, large inventory in hand, right? So this inventory policy will also decide with production. Suppose you want to have a zero inventory policy. You don't want to keep any inventory in your godowns, right? So obviously your sales and the production will almost match. But if you want to keep a buffer stock that any time can be a rush demand from the consumers, for that if you have a policy of keeping high level of inventory, right? So then you will prepare the production budget accordingly, right? So it also affects the inventory policy of the company, also affects your production budget, right? Production capacity, this is the most important point, because in the sense that if your production capacity is not high, there is a machine installed, the maximum production that can be made by a machine, even if we uses 3 shifts a day, right, is say 10,000 units. So your production budget cannot be more than 10,000. Even if you use 100% capacity utilization, I am presuming you cannot use more than 100%, 110%, 120%. Sometime in emergency we can use it, but I am presuming that maximally you can use the machine for a longer period up to the 100% capacity, right? So your production budget will also be affected by your production capacity. Then you have a management policy. Production policy of the management plays an important role. Management may decide to buy a particular component part from outside instead of manufacturing it, right? Sometimes there are certain parts which are required for the product. Say for example, if you are in the car manufacturing business, if you are in the motorcycle manufacturing business, there are many parts that is required in the production of car, in the production of motorcycles, right? So if the management decides that certain components which are required for the production of the car or the motorcycle, that will be procured from outside instead of having in-house production, then this will also affect your production budget. So whatever the management policy is, that will be affect your. So management policy, inventory policy, production capacity, sales, these are the factors which will determine, this will affect your production budget, right? So here I have shown a broad example of production budget. Production budget for the period means from to. Suppose I am preparing for a year, so I will say from 1st January, I am presuming calendar year, 1st January to 31st December of that very calendar year. So I have shown the different products which the company produces or tends to produce. Say company tends to produce 2 products A and B. So A, B, budgeted sales, BOD means, here in the short form I have written budgeted sales in terms of units. Suppose it wants to produce 70,000 units of product A and 80,000 of product B, so 70,000 plus closing stock. You are estimating that at the end of the year you should have this much of closing stock. So 30,000 of product A and 20,000 of product B. So you, in the budgeted sales, you add up the closing stock, and from that figure you deduct the opening stock, right? So in the beginning, whatever the opening stock we have, right, that will be deducted. So that gives you estimated production, right? So sales plus closing stock minus opening stock, that gives you estimated production, right? So if you multiply this with the cost, you get production cost budget, right? So it shows the estimated cost of production. While production budget shows the quantities of production, these quantities are expressed in terms of cost of production, cost budget in respect of material cost, labor cost and factory overheads. Means all different heads under which we incur expenses for production, that is being noted down, multiplied by the quantity produced, right, that will give you the production cost budget. Thus it is based upon production budget, material cost budget, labor cost budget and factory overhead budgets. So I am presuming that in our business, if we prepare 3 budgets separately, that is material budget, labor cost budget, material cost budget, and factory overhead budgets, right? This will reveal the total cost involved in producing the goods and services, right? So multiplied by the quantity will give you production cost budget, right? So here just a broad layman example I have given, the example of production cost budget, material cost, labor cost, variable overhead, fixed overheads, right? So these are being given that for suppose in a business 250 units are estimated to be produced, the per unit cost of material is 220, labor cost is 60 rupees, variable overhead is 24 rupees, fixed overhead is 20, right? And this is multiplied by 250. See, as you know, fixed overheads total remains same, right? So this fixed overhead has been calculated on the base of 250 units. So per unit cost is 20 rupees. So you are given per unit cost, or will estimate, not given, I will say for budget, because it is always being prepared in advance, I will say you estimate the unit cost. Then if we are estimating that we will be producing 250 units, so this per unit cost multiplied by 250 units, that will give you the different cost of different heads, material, labor, variable and fixed overheads, right? So that will give you total cost. So 81,000 is a total production cost budget. The way you prepare production budget, sales budget, similarly other important budget can be raw material budget. In every business, we must know and we must calculate in advance, we must find out in advance that how much raw material will be required and when it will be required. Because unless in the business we have right quantity of raw material, we will not able to save our cost. When I am saying right quantity of material, I means neither we should have more material nor we should have raw material. See, if you keep higher raw material in the business, larger raw material than what is required, what is not justifiable, it will involve many costs. It will involve money cost, that is interest cost. It will involve inventory cost, right? That is, you will have to keep this raw material in the stores, and that storage cost, right? So, and larger is the amount of inventory, more is the chances of pilferage and wastage. So all these costs are involved in keeping large amount of inventory than required. Similarly, if you keep less raw material than what is required, again there is a danger of stoppage of work. Your machine may remain idle, your workers may remain idle. That is also a bad situation for the business. So every business should prepare the raw material budget, right, which shows that what is the quantity of raw material that is required during the period of time, right? So raw material budget is being prepared in order to find out that the quantity of the raw material that is required for that period of time. So it shows the estimated quantities of all the raw material and components needed for production demanded by the production budget, right? So whatever the estimated productions we are estimated to make, of that estimated production, the raw material that is being required for that production, for that purpose we prepare raw material budget. It assists the purchasing department in planning the purchases and thereby in preparation of the purchase budget. Friends, as all of us know that when you give an order for the raw material, there is a time lag between giving order and procuring the material, right? Time lag may be short, time lag may be long. Suppose there is an imported raw material that you use in a business. So for that, the time period normally be larger than the raw material which you purchase from the local sources, right? So keeping in mind the time lag, you must make the purchase order at the right time so that you have the raw material in your store at the right time, right? So it helps the assist in purchasing department in planning the purchases and thereby in preparation the purchase budget. It provides raw material control. As I said in the beginning, that while prepare the raw material budget, it is important that we will have a right quantity of material, and that will be possible that only when we prepare the raw material budget. It includes only direct material. Why it includes only raw material? Because as far as the indirect material is concerned, they are being taken care in the overhead cost budget, right? So while preparing the raw material budget, you take only raw material, direct material. So this is, I am escaping, this is a long example, right? So now after talking of the raw material budget, a very other important budget is purchases budget, right? The way the sales budget is important, so is the purchase budget, right? I've just talked about raw material budget, and I said that right quantity of material should be there in the store at all the time, neither larger quantity nor less quantity than what is required. So this will be possible only when we purchase at the right time, right? So we purchase at the right time so that we have right amount of inventory at the right time. For this, we prepare a purchase budget. So purchase budget, it provides detail of the purchases which are planned to be made during the period to meet the needs of the business, right? So we can plan our purchases in advance. It indicates quantities of each type of raw material, because as there are different types of raw material that is being required in the business. So for each of the raw material, we prepared an estimate when it will be required, and accordingly when the order has to be made, when the purchase has to be made. So right, so it indicates quantities of the each type of raw material and other items to be purchased, timing of the purchases, and the estimated cost of the material purchases. Because the purchase budget, when you prepared, we have prepared not only in terms of the quantity to be purchased, but what is the expected price at which you are expected to purchase, right? So that will help you in preparing purchase budget. Similarly, we also prepare labor budget. As the machines are important, so is the labor. Depending on whether your industry is a labor intensive industry or whether your industry is a capital intensive industry. In a capital intensive industry, the machines plays a larger role and the labor plays a lesser role, means there are lesser number of workers that is required. But there are certain labor intensive industry where work is being done with the help of workers. Nevertheless, whether it is a labor intensive or whether it is a capital intensive, in every business you require people, you require human resource, you require people to work. Even on a most sophisticated machine, you require some workers to work on it, right? So when you are preparing, when you have a right number of people of right skills, right? So that is also very important to have a good production in the business, and thereby you will be able to make a good sales. So for this purpose, we prepare the labor budget. So it represents the forecast of labor requirement to meet the demand of the company for the budget period. Suppose I said in a month of September, October, November, when there is a month of festivals, right? So in the month of festivals, you make more production. So sometime you require in those months you require more number of workers. For that you make extra arrangements. You may have to arrange certain workers on a contract basis during those months when there is a high production, right? So you have to prepare, you have to calculate in advance how many people will be required and when they will be required. So it must be linked with production budget and production cost budget. So first, the standard direct labor hours for each grade of labor required for each unit of output, means for the output, for the production, how many workers are required, how many labor hours are required, you have to estimate that. And standard wage rate for each grade of labor are ascertained, right? So how many workers are required, what is their production, how much production they will make, depending on the production, right? You estimate the number of workers and the standard wages that is to be paid. On the base of that, you prepare the budget, right? So with these words, friends, thank you very much for today. We'll continue next time. Thank you.